A few years ago, I started trying to better inform our campus community of what it meant to be here as a part of the beautiful, the largest campus, the only campus in New York City that has 204 acres and deer and turkey and looks like a suburban or upstate campus. So I started looking at the history of our institution, and I did it in three parts. The first thing I looked at was the legacy of our institution. And of course, we started in 1956 as Staten Island Community College. A few years later, Richmond College started. Richmond College was designed to be an upper division and graduate school. Staten Island Community College, by the way, we think was the first community college in the city of New York. Those institutions were then merged in 1973 to become the College of Staten Island. And then in 1993, we came here to the Willowbrook campus. So that's the legacy of our institution, two colleges merging into one and then eventually moving to this place. But I think our other important legacy that many of our community members had either forgotten or had been downplayed was the legacy of place. And that is we are here in Willowbrook, inhabiting the former site of the Willowbrook State School, which was, you know, it's hard to find the right words to describe the terrible conditions that existed here in the 60s and the 70s. And I think you can go back to the stories that Jane Curtin with the Staten Island Advance and Geraldo Rivera did on exposing those terrible conditions. The thing that I've tried to impress is we have Halloran General Hospital, which actually predated Willowbrook. The New York Times described Halloran as being probably the most advanced, best hospital in the United States during the 1940s, or sent back to the front or sent to their home communities. When World War II ended, it then became a Willowbrook State School and kind of went from a leading medical institution to the horrors that we've seen with Willowbrook. The Willowbrook consent decree, which closed Willowbrook, should be remembered as really the beginning of the legislation that led to the American with Disabilities Act. I think you can trace a straight line from the conditions here at Willowbrook to national legislation that has changed our country. So the third part of our legacy is the legacy of our mission. And that's the one thing that I think has been arrow straight since 1956, which is to provide access to high quality, the best, broad access to the best education that you could find at any public institution in the nation. And I think we have a new strategic plan that's called Opportunity to Ascend. It has a dual meaning. It's what we do for our students. We give them the opportunity to ascend to better lives and better jobs and better civic prosperity. But we as an institution are on an ascending path, I think, for greater recognition because of the unique blend of academic programs that we have. We see ourselves as becoming a destination campus where students all over the country, all over the world that want to study in New York would come experience our beautiful 204 acres. We have residence halls so they can live right in the middle of campus. The footprint of the hospital was the Great Lawn, and the foundation is still there, probably under a foot or so of soil that we've put to make the grass. Other than the new buildings that were built in 1993, these buildings were actually constructed as part of Halloran General Hospital, the whole complex. Our social work program is a leader in disability studies, but also in care for people with disabilities, and I think that's kind of a unique combination of things that really grows out of our legacy.